I'm Julie. Thanks for joining me today as I plan in my classic vertical happy planner for the week of March the 27th to the 2nd of April. This is a themed spread I'm doing as part of the International Planner Collab group on Instagram. It's actually been 22 months since we set up the group, and every month we set a theme for our planners. For this month's theme, we thought we would tie up the idea of our 22nd anniversary with the fact that Taylor Swift is having her Eras tour. So we called it I'm Feeling 22. I was going to do a party theme spread, but I've already done one of those this month for my birthday, and I really wanted to do a spread dedicated to Taylor Swift, so that's what I'm going to do. I don't have any Taylor stickers. I have this piano washi that may feature, but when I was Googling for images on Taylor Swift, I saw one with a bookshelf and all the titles of her albums, so I thought I would use that idea for my spread this week. You can see I've already whited out the section at the bottom, so that's going to be where I draw the books. And this is an undated planner, so I will need to add the numbers as well. I'm not very confident with drawing, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see as I'm doing it in pencil first, but once I go over it with pen, you'll get the idea. I'm going to have 6 books on this side and 4 on this side, and then some that are lying flat that I can perhaps put a plant pot or some glasses or something on just to make it look like a real bookshelf. I can't draw freehand, so I'm just going to use my old school ruler. Still got Julie Smith F2 written on it. So I think that was when I would have been about 14, something like that. So I've had it a while. At school, art was one of my most hated subjects. I probably was the despair of the art teacher. I used to sit there and not really want to do anything. And I think they tried to be encouraging, but I was a bit difficult, I think, because I didn't feel like I could draw, and some of the projects that we were given didn't really have much idea of what to do. Now I need to fill the titles in on the books. So I thought I would just vary the fonts that I use. And the pens that I use. So this is a brush pen. I can't do brush lettering, but it will just make the writing look a little bit different. Just going to add a few details to some of the books. That's all done. I'm quite pleased with how that's turned out. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with the rest of the spread. Originally, I did want to put quotes from my favourite songs on the spread, but I'm not sure how much room I'm going to have to do that. And I did wonder whether this might just be a black and white spread, but we'll have to see whether I bring in a little bit of colour or not. I think the first thing we need to do is create the bookshelf. So I've got this washi from Liveloveposh, just a black grid. As I say, I'm not sure whether this is going to be a black and white spread or not, so I'm playing it safe and keeping the washi black. Just have something for the books to sit on. So are you a Taylor Swift fan? I'm not sure I would call myself a fan as such, but I listen to her music a lot and obviously really like it. Wasn't so keen on her latest album. I think I've preferred earlier ones, but I'm still playing it a lot at the moment. I've seen a little bit of footage of the tour, which looks absolutely amazing, a real showstopper, really theatrical. I've got this piano washi that I'd like to bring in. I think it would look quite good at the top. That would probably be the easy option, or whether to add it to boxes. Maybe go for that. I got this from a set on Amazon. I really wanted just the polka dot washi, but it had lots of others in it, and this was one of them. I was a bit disappointed because when it arrived, one of the other ones that I quite liked wasn't included in the package. I don't know why. They'd obviously been bundled together and they had substituted the one I liked for something else. But it's not available now, so I didn't want to send them back and not get the polka dot washi that I wanted. Let's see how I like this. Just in a couple of places as opposed to going all the way across the top. I'm not sure I like this bit at the bottom. I'm wondering if it should go at the top of the box instead. I'm not sure, but I'm going to keep on going. As I said in one of my recent Plan With Me's, I do find that if you keep on going, it usually turns out okay. So I'll just plough on. As I was saying, the tour looks wonderful. I really like all the theatrics of it. So hopefully get to see more footage. I may be a bit old-fashioned, but I'm not a big fan of the bad language. In the old days, back when I was young, ages and ages ago, if there was language like that, then records used to be banned, which of course made them even more popular. But I listened to the clean version, which I'm pleased that there is one. Although I imagine if you go to the concert, you don't get the clean version, which makes me think about all the children who go and see it. But that's just a personal thing. I don't really see the need for it, but there we go. Let's have one more. She's certainly come a long way from her original material, but I do really like her lyrics. I think there's lots of clever lyrics in what she writes, and as I say, I listen to Taylor Swift probably more than anyone, maybe apart from Kylie Minogue. So far it is looking like a black and white spread, but I remember I wanted to bring a plant in and some glasses, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find those in black and white, so I'm going to look for those next and see what we're left with. I had no luck searching for the plants. I know where to find them. They're in the Journaling Doodle sticker book, but I haven't got that one. And I've got lots of colour plants, but I'm not sure I want to bring colour in. I did find some glasses in the teacher sticker book, so I'm going to add those. What I could do with that gap there is I could either draw some more books, or I may even be brave enough to see if I could draw a plant myself. Okay, I like that with the glasses. I'll just bring in some boxes now using the Functionally Chic from Live Love Posh and the black and white sticker book from Happy Planner. I quite like these that are textured, they're sort of grey, but I don't like the noted, so I might just cut that off. I think we'll keep it very simple with the boxes. This one will be a Monday box. It's mostly on Monday. And then we've got this one from the functioning sheet, but I'm being a bit fussy. The borders are a little bit wider than I like, so I might just trim them down a little bit. This is why I like to use my own boxes. Which way round do I want it? I think this way. Then I can control the size of the border. Now this one I've just pulled out, the border's fine. So it's funny how on different pages the borders are different thicknesses. So let's put this one mostly on Wednesday for a Wednesday box. Oh, it moved just as I'm putting it down. I'm not sure now whether I want that one there. It's a bit too steppy, if you know what I mean. I think I'll just put it in this space instead. Oh, a little bit further over. Something like that. I'll add one of my boxes here. I like these because they fit inside the boxes and I just prefer how that looks to them taking up the whole space. And I'm wondering if I should use these parts with the crinkled paper look to write the lyrics that I wanted to write, although I don't know how many I'm going to end up sticking on, but that's just an idea. I'm thinking I want to do at least 4 or 5. I haven't done, I'm not sure if I've ever done a black and white spread before, and it's been something I've been saying that I would try for a while, so I'm quite pleased to be giving that a go, as well as drawing in my planner. I think that black and white sticker book is a really useful sticker book. I keep meaning to buy a second copy when it's on sale, because I've used most of the boxes and I know I'll miss it when it's gone. I'm going to use this one because it's got the grid border which matches the grid washi, and then I think I will leave the top and bottom maybe for some quote stickers. And I want to write something in here about it being our celebration of 22 months of our collab. I quite like this "Dreams don't work unless you do." I'm sure Taylor has worked very hard to get where she is, so it seems like an apt quote to use. And I'm feeling in the need of some motivation, so this "small steps lead to big results" seems a good quote, just to remind me that the little things that I'm doing may make a difference. I think I'm going to bring the checklist stencil in now to draw some lines where the piano keys are. That was originally where I was going to write the song lyrics, but now I'm thinking about putting the song lyrics on these parts. But we'll have to see when it's all done. The lines are done, and as I say, it always seems to make a big difference to a spread when you add them. I'm going to stick with the functioning sheet book for the numbers at the top because they've got these black circles. And then I just think there are a few more details left to bring this to life a little bit more, although I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out so far. Couldn't be more different from my Tinkerbell spread last week. And that's another thing I like about decorating my planner, is that I can just completely change it up from week to week. I can't believe it's going to be April. I'd nearly forgotten it's my parents' wedding anniversary on April Fool's Day. I can't actually believe they got married on April Fool's Day, but they did. And it's actually 62 years, which is amazing. Just in case I do use these areas for lyrics, I'm going to put in a few bullet points in these spaces. I wanted some round ones. Unfortunately, there aren't any in the Functionally Chic or the black and white, so I'll have to look elsewhere. Luckily, I've got some in this little flip book from the Work Plus Life range that came out last year. As you can see, the black ones are very popular. I've used most of those. I really wanted to add some music notes to this spread, but the only ones I could find are on this Mickey sheet, so I'm just going to use 4, and I think I will put them on these grey areas where I think I may be writing some lyrics. I'm not sure about the music notes. They may not make the final cut. You'll have to stay tuned to the end of the video to see. But I want to add some of this grid washi to some of the boxes, just a little touch. I feel like they're quite plain. I usually use different boxes rather than all the same. So I thought if I just add a tiny bit of grid washi, it will liven them up a little bit. That's something that you can do if you've got a plain box. Just add a decorative sticker or a bit of washi to make it a little bit different. I don't know if you're the same, but when I try to cut washi on a slant or tear it on a slant, it always seems to tear dead straight. It's always tricky to get that little slanted look, I find. Let's show you what I mean. Let's see if I can tear it. See, no slant at all. So I quite often end up just cutting them with my knife. This is another washi set. I will try to link everything in the description, and it was also from Amazon, but again very useful because it has lots of grid washi. Is one up here too much? Let's see. I'm also aware I haven't used any headers at all. And I've still got that gap in the corner that will probably be dealt with off camera. Adding a couple of headers from the black and white sticker book. Oh, that's not straight. First one today, I think, that I've had to peel off. I was hoping I would make it all the way to the end of the video without any peeling off. Let's just have a today. I have done this before on a previous spread, but I do think I'm going to use this washi and take it along the top. I just like the way that looks. So I'll be right back when I've done that. I've added the washi at the top. Of course, it would have been so much easier had I had that idea first. Then I could have put the washi down and added the numbers on the top, but never mind. I've also drawn a vase in the corner and added some florals from Fancy Blooms. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty pleased with it. And to finish, I wanted to add a balloon for this box here where I'm going to write about our 22nd month of our collab. And of course, while I was searching for the balloon, I found this sheet with music notes on, which I do prefer to these, so I may well use those instead. It's not easy to find the number 2 in sticker books because I've tended to use them all up because of the year being 2020. So I have managed to find 2 that are the same that I'm just going to put here. if I can get them straight. And I think that's done. This was another big production, but it was totally worth it. I love how it turned out, and I'm really going to enjoy filling it in. I did think about putting a cat there on the shelf if I'd had one big enough. I did look in the Modern Meow because of the Karma is a cat purring in my lap because she loves me. But I went with a vase instead. I don't often post after the pens on my Instagram, Plans in the Making, but I do a flip through of my planner. So if you're curious to see which lyrics I chose and which are my favourite Taylor songs, then it will be in my March to April flip through. Let me know in the comments which of Taylor's albums or songs are your favourite, and whether or not you were lucky enough to see Taylor on tour. If you haven't tried drawing in your planner, why not give it a go? And remember, you don't have to rely on sticker books to make a spread. If you have a favourite singer, sports person, TV show, then it's always fun to make a spread about those sorts of things. If you like this video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all those things. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Hope you have a great week. Happy planning, take care, and see you soon.